So before going to the parotid gland proper, first we should have an idea about parotid region. Why? Because the parotid gland is situated in the parotid region. To know about the parotid region, you have to know certain boundaries. So as you can see in this picture, the lateral aspect of the skull, you can see the bony landmarks such as we have got mastoid process, the styloid process, the mandible, mainly the ramus of mandible, and you can see the external acoustic meatus. So coming to the parotid region, the main boundaries of parotid region, anteriorly it is mainly bounded by the posterior ramus of the mandible plus two muscles, masseter and medial pterygoid. Okay, so this is the parotid region. So we have got anterior, posterior, superior, inferior boundaries. So in the anterior boundary, you can see mainly the ramus of the mandible plus two muscles, masseter and medial pterygoid. Okay. Posterior boundary. So as we know, posteriorly in the skull also we have seen there is the mastoid process and the styloid process. So posterior boundary is mainly formed by the mastoid, the styloid and the structures related to them. So the muscle which is related to the mastoid, the sternocleidomastoid, the muscle which is related to the styloid, stylohyoid muscle. So this forms the posterior boundary. So now we got the two boundaries of the parotid region, anteriorly by the ramus of the mandible, masseter, medial pterygoid. Posteriorly, mastoid process, styloid process, structures in relation to them. At least remember two muscles, the sternocleidomastoid, the stylohyoid. Okay. Now going to the superior boundary. So superiorly you have the external acoustic meatus and also one joint, the posterior aspect of temporomandibular joint. Okay. So superiorly the external acoustic meatus plus the posterior aspect of temporomandibular joint. It forms the superior boundary. Coming to the inferior boundary, so it will come almost here. The inferior boundary is mainly formed by a muscle. So here we have a muscle which is nothing but the posterior belly of digastric and also another muscle which is related to the styloid, that is the stylohyoid. So these are the main muscles which form the posterior boundary. With all these boundaries we can define the parotid region where the parotid gland is situated. So parotid gland is situated in the parotid region which is bounded anteriorly by the ramus of the mandible, the masseter, medial pterygoid, posteriorly by mastoid process, styloid process, superiorly by the external acoustic meatus, inferiorly by posterior belly of digastric and stylohyoid. So in this parotid region, the parotid gland is situated.